Hi guys, good afternoon from the UK. It's the 23rd of May, and let's get into US study. Before we do the next video would be the analysis really. But what I'm going to show you guys is a couple of trades that I took and what was the outcome for Monday's trading. So just an update on the 100K prop firm demo account, or rather challenge account, just using the half trend and whole suite strategy. All right, so I'm gonna just remove this just so that it looks neater. Okay, so this was the first trade we took. That was on a 1 minute. So I tried the 1 minute yesterday, um, which is okay. But to be honest, I don't really like 1 minute just because I think it just gives me too much anxiety. Though it can be quite precise, but also I think there needs to be more allowances. I mean, this is debatable. I know of traders who get it really, really spot on, even on the 15 seconds, and they do amazing at it. But just for me, it gives me anxiety, so I don't like it, for whatever reason. But I thought I'd try it and see how precise it is. So this was a winning trade. So I took it on this entry here, if you can see. This is slightly up just because of the spread, but yeah, so it was on this bullish candle here on the 1 minute time frame. All the rules were met. So the house sweep was below, the half trend line was above, and the candle was above all of them for a buy. So I took it and this smashed our TP. So this was like 13 pips stop loss, and 20 pips take profit for a 1.5 risk to reward ratio ish. So that was great. Okay, though it did go up a little bit more, but it tanked right after. So this is a quick scalp, which was nice and tidy. So that was the first trade that went beautifully. After that, I didn't trade all the way up to, I think, after New York. See, all this would have been so beautiful. Like, look at this clean sweep down, to be honest. I didn't take any of this. This was like just after New York session. I don't know, I missed it. But anyway, I think just because I was on a bullish bias yesterday, if I remember my analysis, so I was just looking for buys, so I did not take any sells. Again, this was another trade I took on this entry here. Um, it gave us profit a little bit, and what I did was I adjusted my stop loss and came out in a very small take profit. So I think the profit was just about just near break even really. So I think it was about $40 or something. So this was like almost a break even trade really. So it didn't take a loss on this one. Okay, so this was really a break even trade. And then there's another one that I took, but I believe I took that on the 5 minutes. That was at Asian Open. Again, yesterday, just because I was very bullish on yesterday's last night when I was looking at the chart. So I did feel like USD was going to go up. So I was actually bullish on it. Now, so I took entry on this 5 minutes. This was just a markup, guys. I'm just going to delete that. So a 5 minutes. And again, this actually came. So it gave us a little bit of profit. Should have put it to break even, but I did not. It was just too small for me to put to break even. Like if it had gone up a bit more, like taken up this and gone all the way up, I would have put it to break even. But I thought that um it would not take me out. But anyway, so here, but I'll tell you guys the reason why the bias changed, okay, and why the tank just happened. But we'll come to that in a bit. So if you guys can see, this was the thing I took. It's just slightly later. I kind of missed the entry a little bit, but I was very confident that it was going to go up. So I was very bullish on US 30 yesterday. Um, so yeah, and I just also thought, but you know what it is? I'll tell you guys another thing. So if you look at the 15 minutes, you can actually see at this point here, there was a nice rejection candle of the 200 moving average. I should have actually come out at the close of this candle here. Like if you can follow my cursor right up, this is this candle, okay? It's just that thing is blocking this long wick here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, there was another rejection of this as well, 30 minutes. So it's my bad. I should have come out when I saw that. I did, but it's just one of those things where you kind of think to yourself, like you've taken a trade and you're not gonna adjust anything just because you don't want to have second, those thoughts and so on. And also another thing about trading is I'll tell you guys, so every time if you guys know session. So we've got the Asian session, we've got obviously London, and then we've got New York. So normally what price does is, so if you mark up the highs and the lows of the session, in the next session, normally one of the highs and the lows will get taken out. So if you actually look at this, this was the Asians, I mean New York's high. So I was actually so bullish, and that's why I marked it up here, even though it was a higher risk to reward ratio, just because I thought price was going to come and take the high out of the previous New York session. But instead, what it did, it came out and took the lows out of New York. But yeah, so it does do that, and then later it will come back for that, or whatever. It does take the high or the low of the previous session. Um, most often than not. Okay. So that was what it was, but I should have realized that, it was rejecting the 200 moving average. And so therefore to exit the trade early. This, I didn't adjust. I did adjust my stop loss, to be fair. Just because when it started to go up, my original stop loss was, I think, way below, somewhere about here. And this time I risked about more than $500. My risk was about, I think, $700, $700 to $800, and I adjusted it when it went up, so I came out with a smaller loss of 400. But anyway, it would have hit my normal stop loss, and I would have lost a lot of money there. So, so this is a trade that took us out. But overall, we were still bullish for Monday. We were still in profit for Monday, I mean. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys the my forex fund. So it's on a daily, and you can see it's 8 days, and we are up 1.64%, which is amazing. One thing I've kind of learned over the time that I've been trading is not to get so hung up like, oh, I made $1,000, I made this. Like, just think about it. Like, when you leave money in your savings account, you don't even get 1%. You know what I'm saying, guys? So 1% is amazing, even if you make it in a month. Like, slowly understand how trading works and get tuned into understanding what it takes to be a good trader. It's not just about the money, it's about understanding the percentages and how much percentage increase you have in your accounts, and build on that, and not to rush anything. If there's nothing really setting up, then there's really nothing setting up. And also risk management. This could have lost me a lot more money if we didn't have proper risk management. We would be in the negatives right now and trying to make all the money back in order to reach the 8,000. Right now, it's still in positive, and even at the end of 30 days, I still don't reach my 8,000. That's fine. At the end of the day, we can still ask for extension. It's free. You don't lose the money. You don't lose the account. The priority is to stay in profit and also not lose the account. So for that, you need to be very, very careful with your risk management. Okay. So this was that. So this is a 402 loss. I'm gonna show you guys the trading days, so you guys can see this. So this was the 765, which I told you guys I made in that first trade, and a break even with about $40. So this was two trades. So one trade was like 720, I think, and then $40 in the next trade. So that was that. And then we lost 400. So overall, we have a balance of like 300-ish, $365 in profit, which is still better than having a losing trade. Okay. We just need to wait for better opportunities. I'm gonna also tell you guys another thing. The reason why I think all the US market, everything in the US dollars started to tank was because of this news that came out yesterday, which was crazy. It is what AI has done, and I think that is really, really insane how news can affect your the market. We all know that, but how AI is so dangerous, and I hope that more tighter regulations come into this. So basically, it's a fake AI image that kind of showed how the Pentagon was exploded, and that went viral in Twitter last night about 13 hours ago. So that was round about the time that it started to tank. Okay, and so therefore there we go. So this is what caused the tank yesterday. So I still do believe that my buys, because we were on a nice up and we were breaking the high. So I was really, really bullish on it, to be honest. But again, it's just one of those things where this thing comes out and somebody just manipulated the market. And I'm pretty sure US is onto it. I'm pretty sure that they will be caught eventually. But it is dangerous because it can actually bring about a lot more damage it can do really, really some insane stuff, which is not really nice. But yeah, so that's what I think really manipulated the market and changed the bias, to be really honest with you guys. So there we go with this. So it's just one of those things, all right. So sometimes it's great to know what happened that caused the tank, and there's no way you could have predicted this. There's no way you could have avoided it. So that's why I always say risk management is so important, because it's okay to take a loss, because you go into a trade knowing that it's always 50-50. It's never 100%. And so therefore when a loss does happen, you're okay to take it and then understand why the loss happened. Is it because your setup was wrong, or you were impatient, or what was it that went wrong? In my case, I truly do believe that it was a bullish bias, but then it was just one of those things that happened that changed the market. The bias really. Okay, so that was that an update for you guys for another update on the 100K account. As of today, I'm not going to be trading. If you guys can, if you've seen your news, it is basically having a lot of red folders. We've got PMI news, and so on. And I've already taken a small loss today. Though we came out in profit, I'm just going to stay away from the markets. I just think it's a little bit like not really quite there. To be really honest with you guys, I'm just going to, yeah, you see, so it's just hovering around this range here. So it's just a case of seeing what the market is trying to do. Okay. So I'll do another quick analysis in the next video. So this is just a quick update for you guys on the 100K challenge.